Terence Crawford has 6 ways he can win it. And my money will go on the man who has 6 ways to win it.
I think Crawford's going to get the job done. I am officially picking Crawford to win this fight.
Just now, Roy Jones Jr. has officially teamed up with Terence "Bud" Crawford for the Canelo Alvarez fight, and the boxing world can't believe it. This isn't just a partnership. It's a power move that has fans questioning everything they thought they knew about this mega showdown. Jones, a legend who made history by conquering weight classes all the way up to heavyweight, has stepped in as Crawford's mentor for the biggest risk of his career. And he's not buying into the critics' favorite excuse, weight. Instead, Jones has gone on record saying that Crawford has 6 ways to win, while Canelo only has 1. That's a bold claim coming from a man who knows firsthand what it means to defy the odds.
Fight that he can fight, the only correct fight that he can fight, he does have a chance, and I think he could be victorious. If he doesn't fight the one way that he can only fight to win it, Terence Crawford has 6 ways he can win it. And my money will go on the man who has 6 ways to win it.
So the real question becomes, is this legendary alliance the secret weapon Crawford needs to dethrone Mexico's biggest superstar? Or is this another case of hype meeting reality under the bright lights of Las Vegas?
Come on, yeah, get it, 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 get it. Come on, yeah, move out the way, 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 yeah.
On paper, this team-up almost sounds like fantasy matchmaking. Terence Crawford, the undefeated pound-for-pound king, is preparing to jump multiple weight divisions to face one of boxing's most dangerous champions. And by his side is Roy Jones Jr., a man who built his own legacy on mastering the art of moving up in weight and making bigger men look slow and ordinary. Jones isn't just throwing out cliches either. He admitted he's leaning toward Crawford, even though he loves both fighters. His reasoning is blunt but telling.
I don't think Terence dealing with much of anything, because Terence did like I did as a heavyweight. He bulked up to the weight. He been dealing with super middles and light heavyweights in training. If you can deal with them in training, you can deal with them in the fight. So the weight should not even be an issue.
Bud stays hungry, but I don't know if Canelo is still hungry. It's a chilling line, because hunger is often the difference between greatness and downfall. That subtle jab at Canelo's motivation has already sent ripples across the boxing world. Jones is essentially suggesting that Crawford's obsession with respect and recognition might give him the mental edge. And coming from a fighter who has been in almost every situation imaginable, that insight carries serious weight. Of course, the elephant in the room is size. Critics argue Crawford is too small to stand toe-to-toe with a natural super middleweight like Canelo. But Jones has brushed that aside, reminding everyone that Bud has always defied expectations. He believes those doubting Crawford are forgetting the man's track record of moving through divisions and making elite fighters look average.
Крофорд, у Крофта есть высокий IQ, и обоих стойках он может боксировать, он можно давить и бегать, и даже ближний бой тоже может. Поэтому мне тоже интересно, если он не набирает лишний вес, может тоже выиграть это. Есть шанс.
Still, not everyone is convinced. Israel Madrimov, the same fighter Crawford dominated last year, has called it a 50-50 fight. His warning? If Crawford bulks up too much and loses speed, Canelo could knock him out early. And he's not alone. Many analysts have raised the red flag that adding too much muscle could backfire in a fight where mobility and timing matter more than raw power.
It is still 50-50, but obviously...
He says that till he goes to Canelo.
I'm obviously going to say that this is a 60-40 fight, and I have Crawford winning this fight. Crawford's going to win this fight doing something that nobody's done to Canelo.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. And it didn't take me going to camp to know this.
Okay. Perfect.
This is me knowing Crawford.
Okay.
And also me knowing, like, you know, hey, in order to beat Canelo, you just got to be different. You got to do something.
On the flip side, Sean Porter, who has seen Crawford's training camp up close, says the opposite. He's pointed out the incredible shape of Crawford's legs, sculpted from brutal high-altitude work in Colorado Springs. Porter insists the strength in those legs will be Crawford's secret weapon against the pressure Canelo brings. So while the weight debate continues, both sides are making compelling arguments, leaving fans more divided than ever. Make no mistake, this isn't just another big money fight. For Terence Crawford, this is legacy defining. Already 41-0, a two-time undisputed champion across 2 divisions, Crawford is chasing something almost mythical. Greatness in 4 different weight classes, capped off by dethroning boxing's biggest star. Canelo, meanwhile, is no stranger to pressure. With 63 wins, just 2 losses, and an iconic career that's stretched across multiple divisions, he remains Mexico's most celebrated champion. But there are lingering questions. Is he slowing down? Is he as sharp as he was in his prime? His recent performances have been solid, but not spectacular. And against Crawford, solid might not be enough. Both men are coming off wins that left fans talking, but not in the way they wanted. For Canelo, the whispers are about his hunger and motivation. For Crawford, it's about whether his body can carry the extra weight. The truth is, this fight is not just about titles. It's about who still has something left to prove.
So I don't see how Crawford could hurt Canelo, because Canelo's been in there with Kovalev. He's been in there with Bivol. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there with big punchers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can a guy that's really a 47-pounder, even though he's up in weight, I don't see how he can hurt Canelo.
Then comes the most important part of the puzzle, styles. Former fighter Gabe Rosado dropped a bomb by saying Canelo has faster hands than Crawford, and claiming Crawford doesn't fight on his toes. That opinion shocked a lot of fans, and for good reason. Crawford's early career was filled with fights where he boxed on angles, used movement, and outclassed opponents with timing and precision. Against names like Victor Postal and Breidis Prescott, he showed he could fight on the move just as well as he could pressure.
You know what I'm saying? It just feels completely, because your body is different to absorbing a bigger blow. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, when I sparred the guys in the lower weight classes and they hit me, bro, it's like, no disrespect, but it just feels like you get hit with a pillow. It's just different. It could be a murderous puncher at 147, but if I'm walking around 185 and I'm a solid guy and I'm used to fighting guys, you know, with a different kind of power, and I spar a guy that's a welterweight, it feels like a pillow.
But Rosado's comments reveal the tension in this matchup. Canelo is known for timing, precision, and his ability to break opponents down. Crawford, on the other hand, is unpredictable. Roy Jones Jr. summed it up best when he said, Canelo has 1 way to win. Crawford has 6. And that may be the real X factor. If Canelo fights the perfect fight, yes, he can win. But perfection is hard to achieve, especially against a fighter who can switch styles, change rhythms, and adapt in real time.
If Canelo fights the absolute correct fight that he can fight, the only correct fight that he can fight, he does have a chance, and I think he could be victorious. If he doesn't, If he doesn't fight the one way that he can only fight to win it, Terence Crawford has 6 ways he can win it.
Crawford doesn't just come with a game plan. He comes with multiple, and that's the nightmare Canelo has to solve. If there's one thing boxing fans know, it's that championship fights are often decided long before the opening bell. And right now, the training camps of Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez are almost as fascinating as the fight itself. Crawford has taken his preparation to extremes, literally. He's been spotted shadowboxing in the freezing Colorado Springs mountains, braving high winds and thin air at nearly 11,000 feet above sea level.
Number 1 fighter in the world.
What's your name?
Pound for pound, Terence Crawford. He going for 42-0.
Where's he from?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Height and weight.
You understand?
Who's he going against? Let's take him
Canelo
down.
Alvarez, Canelo. We
Oh
call
my
him
God, are you
Canelo.
serious, bro? Good luck.
You heard?
You're the man.
You heard?
That kind of training isn't just for show. It's designed to stretch his lungs, strengthen his legs, and sharpen his endurance so that when he's back at sea level, his body feels supercharged. Witnesses from his camp say Crawford looks lean, sharp, and more explosive than ever, with his legs looking like tree trunks from all the incline sprints and high-altitude hikes. But let's not forget, Canelo Alvarez is no stranger to pushing his limits either. Over the years, fans have seen him plunge into ice baths in near-freezing temperatures, hammer through grueling sparring sessions in Mexico's heat, and adapt his training routines to keep his body primed after decades in the sport.
Desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad para empezar el día al 100%.
While Crawford is testing himself against the mountains, Canelo is relying on discipline, recovery, and experience. A different kind of preparation that shows just how serious he is about this challenge. In a strange way, both fighters are mirroring each other. Different methods, same goal: to arrive on fight night in the best condition of their lives. It's almost poetic. One fighter climbing mountains, the other immersing in ice. Two extremes that will collide in one ring. And if you need any proof of how massive this fight really is, just look at who's trying to get a front row seat. Saudi promoter Turki Al-Sheikh, the man known for bringing Hollywood, Bollywood, and even global sports icons to his events, has now extended a personal invitation to none other than Denzel Washington. Yes, you heard that right. One of the greatest actors of all time could be ringside in Las Vegas when Crawford and Canelo step through the ropes. And it doesn't stop there. Social media is buzzing with predictions from fighters, analysts, and fans alike.
He might be even stronger than Canelo. He might put on pack the weight on well. That he might do really well in there. So look, Canelo's strong and is easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard because, and you can see the strength.
Amir Khan, who has faced both men in the ring, gave his blunt take. Canelo might be the stronger fighter, but Crawford is harder to hit, far trickier, and far more unpredictable.
I think you just got to watch the Bivol blueprint, the in and out. I mean, a lot of fighters getting stick now for being runners, Tom and Jerry and whatnot. But stick to what you're good at. Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent. His one title was through the weights, undisputed at, what was it, 3 weights now.
On the other hand, British contender John Ryder, who knows what it's like to share a ring with Canelo, believes weight will be the deciding factor. He admitted Crawford's skills are undeniable, but warned that the size difference could prove too much, just as it has for others in the past. That's the beauty of this fight. It has everyone divided. Some believe Crawford's brilliance and adaptability will shock the world. Others argue that Canelo's size, strength, and experience at 168 will prove impossible to overcome. It's not just a boxing match anymore. It's a cultural event, a spectacle, pulling in voices from Hollywood to Saudi Arabia to the gyms of Omaha and Guadalajara. But beyond the hype, the training, and the celebrity spotlight lies the truth. This fight could redefine boxing history. If Crawford wins, it won't just be an upset. It will be the upset. A man moving up 3 divisions to dethrone the most decorated active fighter in the sport? That kind of achievement would immediately place him in the conversation with the all-time greats. It would make him the undisputed pound-for-pound #1 of this era, no questions asked. And it would silence every critic who said he was too small, too inactive, or too late in his career to take on a giant like Canelo. But if Canelo wins, the story flips. He would prove, once again, that even the most skilled challengers can't touch him at super middleweight. The doubters who questioned his hunger or wondered if he'd slow down would be left eating their words. A dominant performance against Crawford would restore his aura, solidify his legacy, and remind the boxing world why he's been the face of the sport for more than a decade.
You hear when he says, make a good fight for the people, Terence. He's saying he hopes you don't run. And Turkey has a knockout bonus in this fight. And there seems to be something out there like the way for you to win this fight is to move, move, move. Is that true?
Listen. Turkey, you need to put a smaller ring in the...
Caught right in the middle of all this is Roy Jones Jr. If Crawford does the impossible, people will look back and say it was Jones' influence, his wisdom about weight jumps, his eye for strategy, and his unwavering belief that tipped the balance. This isn't just Crawford versus Canelo. It's Crawford with Jones against one of the greatest modern champions. That dynamic could be the difference history remembers. So, here's where it all comes down. Roy Jones Jr. believes Terence Crawford has 6 ways to win. Canelo Alvarez, just 1. But here's the twist. Sometimes, 1 way is all it takes. Come September 13th in Las Vegas, we'll find out if Crawford's adaptability can conquer Canelo's power. We'll discover whether hunger, strategy, and creativity can topple size, strength, and experience. And maybe most importantly, we'll see if this shocking alliance between a hungry champion and a legendary mentor was destiny all along. So let me ask you, who do you think has the edge in this historic showdown? Crawford, the man chasing greatness, or Canelo, the king defending his throne? Drop your thoughts below, because this is a fight the whole world will be talking about long after the final bell.
Performance bonus that night is going to be over 6 figures. We're still talking about it. So, yeah, it's going to be a big number, whoever wins the performance bonus of the night that night.
All right, guys, for the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content, and check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.